Okay, this is my personal narrative speech, the first major speech. This is my audience member. Okay, it's called When I Learned to Forgive Myself. Let go of the thought that you could have done better. You did the best you could with what you knew. These words from Oprah Winfrey stayed with me this semester. I really needed to hear them. I struggle mentally in ways I never expected. This was my first time being on medication for something I was dealing with. And honestly, I used to be terrified of medication. I had to learn to be patient with myself and give myself grace. I had to accept what I was going through instead of blaming myself for it. Now that I'm getting used to handling my feelings in a new way, I've also had to forgive myself for all the negative thoughts I had and start treating myself with kindness. I learned to forgive myself by being patient and kind. To begin, let's look at how my story started. For as long as I can remember, I've been an anxious person. It was always something stressing me out or making me nervous, and little things would cause me to freak out. Since neither of my parents ever talked about mental health, I did not know much about it, and honestly, I just thought it was how everyone felt and it was normal. Everything changed on a day I had to finish all my daycare certifications and take an in real life CPR test. I had waited until the day before to complete 12 hours of online trainings, and even though I'd finished, I was still stressed. The next day during the CPR test, I had a horrible panic attack. That moment sparked a cycle of anxiety about my health and my life. I kept telling myself I was overreacting, but my fear just kept growing. One major turning point was deciding to go on medication. Going to the doctor was scary because I did not understand what was happening to me. The CPR test had triggered my fear of death, something I had never really thought of before because I have never lost someone close to me. Realizing that your life can change in a moment terrified me. I cried every day about my medication and my health. I wasn't participating in school or work, and everything felt overwhelming. But things slowly started to change. Once I finally went to the doctor and began figuring out what I was feeling, I realized that this is anxiety and I've had it my whole life. I just never recognized it. I had to retake the CPR test to keep working at the daycare, and that forced me to face something that had completely scared me. To get through it, I had to be patient with myself, I had to be kind, even when I was afraid, and most importantly, I had to forgive myself for being so hard on myself for something I couldn't control. I was learning how to deal with something new, and that took courage. In conclusion, I've learned so much on this journey to forgive myself. I learned that patience and kindness towards myself were the key things to keep me moving forward. Oprah Winfrey's words at the beginning of the speech helped guide me, and I hope they inspire others to forgive themselves too, especially when life becomes difficult in ways we never expected. Let go of the thought that you could have done better. You did the best you could with what you knew.